Hello everyone, this is Rift. This is a MMORPG I have recently gotten into. And I'm gonna go do a brief kind of overview of it and show you what it's all like. The Defiance and the Guardians are two different, factions. I've decided I like the Guardians. They're, chosen of the gods, brought back from death to save the world from the corruption of the dragons. Each guardian has a great destiny to become a celestial hero. The Defiants have taken fate into their own hands, turning away from the Vigil to pursue their own plan. They harness the power of the planes to fuel magical technologies for the defense of Tulara. I started as a Defiant and decided not to be a Defiant when I found out that they're the ones who released the dragons because they didn't know what they were doing. So I feel like Guardians are a safer bet. As soon as that, I was like, let's go with the other guys who don't seem stupid. So, I'm going to pick Guardians. I usually play an elf. I always play female, because I figure if I'm going to spend, 80 hours watching a character, it might as well be female. I mean, I don't want to spend 80 hours, watching a dude. That's weird. So, dwarf. Now. Human or elf? Let's go with an elf. Oh, hold on, let me see what their motivational roar increases 1,000 nearby group members by 30% for 10 seconds. Death resistance. Death resistance? Oh, resistance to attack. Death-based attacks. Okay. Grace of the forest. Life resistance. And then flies toward the selected area. Oh yeah, I like that. That one's cool. But it's just kind of like a party trick. It doesn't even do anything. And these, it shows you what your low level, mid level, and high level gears will look like. So that's low level, mid level, high level. So, warriors. They actually have ranged warriors, which is kind of strange for an MMO. Which can be a tank, a damage, or a support. Cannot be a healer. Mage can be a damage, a healer, or a support. Support is kind of like a backup healer. It's like it's another. They have healing moves, half DPS moves. So basically, they DPS, and while they're at it, they throw up a few heals if the healer's getting behind. So they're just kind of like a DPS who's capable of helping out the healer if they need it. So I'm gonna put her in this so she looks less skanky. Alright, cleric, healer. I always play as a healer. So actually that looks really good. She looks like the healer. I don't know, I like that. Was this the cleric? Oh, that's the cleric. Okay. So I play as a cleric. I prefer cleric. I've played a little bit, just up to like a little bit of a higher level, not even halfway through the game, but rogues, leather armor. They can be tanks or support. They cannot be healers. The only healers are these two. However, clerics can even be tanks, even though they're the kind of what you would suspect to be like the healer role. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they actually have a support type role as well, or at least you can make one. And that's the kind of thing that's cool too. I'm just gonna pick one. It doesn't really matter even. I'm just gonna pick it. I guess that looks right. She looks fine. Name. Elvin. That's not how you spell Elvin. Name. I don't care. No. Elvin name. Elfaname. Elfaname. It's totally Elfaname. Elfaname. I was about to say that's gonna be taken, isn't it? My freaking luck.
The king of Mythosia would have sacrificed the world to Regulos the Destroyer. The faithful rebelled against his heresy. We overthrew the tyrant and put his armies to the sword. Defeated in battle, he turned to the machines of the Defiance. Their devices drew upon the power of the dragon, a power they could not control.
See, that's why I left the Defiance and was like, let's go with regular
day the rifts
awesome
came.
people.
This is the day we died. But the gods of the Vigil intervened. Their messengers went among the fallen and ascended the worthy,
Not for their virtue, but for their might. I like that part.
In you, they placed their faith.
For being so like holy, they're kind of skanky the way they dress. But I mean, it's an MMO, so they have to be, you know?
You are a guardian.
Guardian. I mean, like, most of these games are played by, you know, or at least stereotypically supposed to be played by people who live in their basements and, you know, stare at animated boobs all day. And hey, there they are. Yeah, so that's what this is. Alright, let me go over real quick the soul tree, because the soul tree is a very interesting idea. Close tutorial. So you have presets, which you can choose, and they'll be, you know, healer, damage, tank, whatever, right? However, the presets are pretty terrible. You have these things here, which are souls. So like, you can say, you know, that one's gonna be druid, right? What does druid give you? I don't know if I want to be druid. Hold on. Yeah, I want to be druid. Purifier is my main, and then warden. Is warden my secondary, or what did I have? Warden is the healing. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. And then so you can make your own build. And basically what it is you have 3 different talent trees, and unlike most MMORPGs where you kind of want to focus on one and have one specific role, you kind of want to evenly, you don't necessarily need to evenly spread out all of them, but it's completely doable to evenly spread them all out and it not be, you know, like in most MMORPGs, if you were to spread them evenly out, you would be pretty dang bad. So, but this is not like that. So yeah, I'm a healer, which kind of sucks at a low level, being a healer. So, alright, which is why, I do this. Is get one of these guys. Ah, dadgummit, I hit dismiss pet as soon as he came out. A thing that you're gonna want to do is in settings, system settings, and interface. I mean, like, this is not necessary, but it's something I always do because I find it necessary. Is adding the extra action bars so that you are capable of putting more things out. Okay, very first thing.
I am honored.
Give it to me, angel
You
cleavage
are the
lady.
instrument of fate.
God, that's so unnecessary. Like, what? Like, really? Okay, Fandoran.
To see through the eyes of the gods is glorious and terrifying.
Okay, cool. Glorious and terrifying. I accept.
Go forth and embrace your destiny.
Alright, I'm gonna burn you. There you go, you're gonna die. I am free. Yes, you are. You're welcome. Okay. So, stop giving me hits. Do not show future tips, thank you. I was about to say, that has to be a thing. So, yeah, no, this is, or you can, so even if you don't put anything into it, if you're a healer, it's a very good idea in your soul tree to have the druid's spec or soul activated as one of them, because it gives you these things that help out quite a lot. Like when you're a healer, you're what all of the nerds like to call squishy, and you die very easily, and he's capable of taking all the damage for you. And if you are in a scenario where you're healing, you can call this little chica here, and she will help you heal, which is always a good thing. I'm having a little bit of system, or a little bit of internet connection lag here. Okay, so this is the basic premise of it. It's a very, very fun MMORPG. It's not overly easy. Like with a lot of them, I find, you know, they're fun and all, but it's like anyone. It's not a reward to beat the end game. Like beating the end game in, you know, any MMORPG like this, beating the end game is the main goal. You know, you beat the biggest boss, the hardest fights, and you know, you get together with your friends and you have to join together and you have to like schedule times to fight together, and like you have to like get things together right or else you won't be able to do it. Like that's the best part of it, is that it's absolutely, you know, a challenge and it's a reward, and you know, you get things like, you know,
Wisdom and life.
like titles and things like that, so people recognize the fact. Ooh, nice. And now I have Sign of Wrath. Save and exit. So like you have
The gods
things like, you know, you can get a title so that everybody, when they see your name, they realize that you beat the final boss, and you know, it's just very rewarding and stuff like that, and just bunches of in-game perks that make things, you know, more fun, and it makes it worth it. But in a lot of games they sugarcoat it because they want more people to play, and so more people end up beating it, but in that way they actually ruin it for a lot of the people that actually really care about the game and really want to do good and actually attempt at the game. So they have to balance it out. They have to give, I think they have to have a balance between a good experience for people that are, you know, not gonna give in all of this time simply to the game, and then, you know, still have good time for them. And sometimes they try and, like, I've seen some games like, you know, World of Warcraft, hate to point fingers, but it gets to the point where they make it really easy, but they just throw so much in-game at you, they hope that the people that really like it don't care, but it still just ruins it. So yeah, this game though, so far as I can tell, is much better about that. So okay. Alright. What do I need now? I have to go to Shyla. Also, you have a store basically anywhere you go. You have the Rift store. And a really cool thing about the Rift store is you can buy a mount, your first mount, which things you ride the mount, and you can buy it at any level. You just have to have the money. The issue is not level for your first mount, it's money. And then after that you have to be a certain level to get, you know, the next higher mount, you know. And like, what is it with skimpy dressing in these games though? I swear. Like, there's no such thing as someone who's dressed appropriately. Like, there is, but usually not. Like, even her, like, the cleavage is unnecessary. These games, it's so bad. Okay. I can't spend any more. Okay, yeah, also, like, I'm level 3 right now, and I have 4 points to put in, but I can't put all 4 in Purifier because I can't not have a soul that is a higher level than I am, so I have to put it somewhere else. So they actually do encourage you to do other things as well. Like when you fill this up, it automatically fills up this, depending, you can see the numbers, how many points are in there. And so, like, the higher level you get, the more you get, and eventually till, you know, you get 61 points in here and you've got Flame of Life, or, you know, Fey Mimicry, causes the cleric's next 4 single target damaging abilities to deal additional life damage, you know, equal to the initial damage. That's actually pretty good. Does not affect overtime effects, damage overtime effects. Or, you know, what's this? Causes area effect healing spells to restore 14 to 16 health. Increases damage dealt by 10%. So that's a buff. You know. And then, of course, you're working your way up as well as down. So you also get, you know, things like this. Just help you with healing, and then help you with damage, and help you with healing. This one is actually more of an AoE, which means area of effect. You heal a lot of things at once. This one here is more a single, and this one actually isn't even healing really, but it can give you healing help, and it's really good for healers because not only does it increase your healing done, but it also gives you the help that you need in, you know, giving you like a protector and stuff like that that you otherwise would not have. You have things also like Symbol of the Torch that give you this blue bar that overlap your health bar. That's just extra health. And then I wonder if people can share experience for kills and credits. I don't know. Can I loot them? Alright, loot. Okay, so this is basically the game. I'm going to be doing probably a little bit more coverage. I'll probably do it every so many levels or so, just so it doesn't get boring whenever, you know, I get into a new dungeon or stuff like that. But for the moment, that's it. I'm going to actually level this. I actually have a higher level cleric I might go to show warframes and things like that. So, or not warframes. What am I? My head is in warframe at the moment. I'm sorry. To show war fronts and then, you know, dungeons and things like that. So, yeah, that will probably come out this weekend. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested. If not, then well, oh well. Defiant infiltrator just running through the city. You gonna die before you reach me. Alright, maybe not. Yes, you will. Ha ha ha. Alright. Well, I will see y'all later. Kick back, relax, and do that subscribe thingy where it helps us out a lot. Alright, thank you. Bye. I like that part.